Hi everyone, welcome to the lecture number 3 of unit number 2 applications of matrices. In this lecture we'll start the new second application, Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Okay, and this theorem also we are going to see without proof. Only statement of this theorem we are going to use in the examples. Okay, the statement of this theorem is every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation. The statement is very short. Every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation. That is, mathematically, if a0 lambda to the power n plus a1 lambda to the power n minus 1 plus dot 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 plus an minus 1 lambda plus an equal to 0 is characteristic equation of the matrix A of order n by n, then this characteristic, the matrix A will satisfy its own characteristic equation. This is by Cayley-Hamilton theorem. It means this polynomial will get satisfied by this matrix. Okay, that is, when we replace lambda by matrix A, the equations will be LHS will be equal to RHS. Now when we are going to place in place of lambda matrix, so whatever this addition will have, that will be the addition of matrices, right? And in this equation we are having constant term as an. So here in the coefficient of that constant term we have to add, means we have to write here identity here in the coefficient of here we are having coefficients of in the form of numbers, but here we are having coefficients in the form of matrices. Here we are having matrices, right? So here instead of 1 we'll have 1, that is identity of matrix, that is identity matrix. Only that thing you need to understand. And this is the simple addition of matrices a raised to n. So multiply a n times, multiply a n minus 1 times, a square means multiply a 2 times. Here we have a, before this term we have a square, and a n into I means identity matrix. So after doing the addition of all these matrices, it will be equal to 0. 0 means this is 0 of matrices. This is null matrix. This 0 is what? Null matrix. That is 0 matrix of that particular order you will get. Okay, this is what the meaning of the Cayley-Hamilton theorem is. Every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation. Okay, now using this Cayley-Hamilton theorem we can determine A inverse also. Then we can determine powers of matrix, powers of that particular matrix. You can determine various powers of that matrix. Okay, also in the simplification of complicated expressions in the term of matrix powers, we can use the Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Means whenever we have the expression in the form of powers of matrices, some big expression in the form of powers of matrices, that we can simplify using Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Okay, and that we are going to see in the examples of this example based on Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Types of example. So on this particular theorem you will have the types of questions, that is verification of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. You will be asked to verify the Cayley-Hamilton theorem for some matrix. Okay, then second type of problem, you may be asked to calculate A inverse, A raised to minus 3, A raised to 4, A raised to 5, A raised to 10, etc., like powers of matrix. Okay, different powers of matrices can be asked to you in the example. That also you can do with the help of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Then simplification of expression of the type A raised to 10, minus 10, A raised to 9, like that. Such type of big expression in the powers of A you will be asked to simplify, or you will be asked to calculate the value of such expression, and that you can do. This is minus IA, identity matrix. Okay, whenever you want to calculate the value of such a expression, you can find the value of such big expressions with the help of Cayley-Hamilton theorem, that we are going to see in the examples. So either you will have verification of type example or this type of examples on Cayley-Hamilton theorem. First example, verify Cayley-Hamilton theorem and hence find A inverse, A raised to 4 for these matrices. So out of 2, one I will do and one you need to do at your own. So whenever you will be asked to verify Cayley-Hamilton theorem, it means you need to check whether the statement of the Cayley-Hamilton theorem is satisfied by this matrix or not. That is, whether that this matrix characteristic polynomial satisfy this matrix or not. Okay, so that is what the Cayley-Hamilton theorem statement is. Okay, that we need to check for this particular matrix. That is the meaning of verification of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. And after verifying that, we need to calculate later on A inverse and A raised to 4. Okay, now let us see how we are going to verify it. Now very first I have written here the given matrix A. Okay, now as the theorem states that every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation. So first we'll calculate the characteristic equation of this particular matrix. Okay, but here the given matrix is of 3 by 3 order. Hence we have the shortcut method to calculate characteristic equation. That is this formula lambda cube minus s1 lambda square plus s2 lambda minus determinant of a equal to 0. This is the characteristic equation formula for any 3 by 3 matrix, where s1 is the trace of that matrix, that is the sum of the diagonal entries that I have calculated as 6. S2 is the sum of minors of these entries. If you calculate minor of this 1, you will get 3 minor of 1, minor of 2, minor of 3. You will get 3 determinant of order 2, and their addition equals to minus 8. And finally, determinant of a, we know how to calculate. It is equal to minus 41. Now on using these values here in this equation, we'll get this polynomial lambda cube minus 6 lambda square minus 8 lambda plus 41 equal to 0, which is the characteristic equation of the given matrix A. Now by Cayley-Hamilton theorem, what we have, this matrix A satisfies this particular equation. It satisfies this equation means if you replace in place of lambda A, you'll get the left hand side equal to right hand side. That is a cube minus 6a square minus 8 times a plus 41. This is constant term. To constant term we multiply by identity matrix of the same order equal to 0. 0 is, this is the null matrix, 0 of matrices. Okay. Now this is by Cayley-Hamilton theorem we need to verify this, right? We need to verify this means what? We need to check whether the left hand side equal to right hand side. That is whether the addition of these matrices equal to 0 null matrix or not. Okay, that is how we verify the Cayley-Hamilton theorem. So consider for that purpose left hand side of this equation. Whenever you want to verify theorem, consider the left hand side of this equation, which is this matrix a cube minus 6a square minus 8 times a plus 41 times I equal to 0. This is plus 41 times I. Now this is the addition of 4 matrices a cube. A cube means multiply matrix A with A 3 times. Okay, a square means multiply matrix A with A 2 times. We know how to do multiplication of matrices. These calculations you can do calculators also. I have done it on calculators only. In calculator you save the matrix A, then raise the powers. Means we can calculate from once we save the matrix A in calculator, we can calculate a square a cube there. From that I have determined the values. Okay, this is the value of a cube minus 6 times this is the value of a square minus 8 times this is the matrix A plus 41 times I means identity matrix of order 3, that is 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Now we need to check whether this addition, this subtraction is 0 or not. So first entry I have calculated 87 minus 6 times 20. 6 times 20 is minus 120 minus 8 times 1 is minus 8 plus 41 into 1 41. So this is the addition of four matrices, the first entry of the addition of 4 matrices. Okay, 87 minus 120 minus 8 plus 41. You can see that 87 plus 41 is 128, and this minus 128 will become 0. Like this all other entries will become 0. You can verify it. Okay, hope you know how to do the addition of 2 matrices. So, entry wise we do the addition. Here we have 4 matrices, so all the 4 matrices first entry will add, then all the 4 matrices second entry will add, and like that if after doing the addition of all the entries you will get here 0 matrix. And once you get 0 matrix, it means the theorem is verified. So left hand side equal to 0, that is the 0 of null matrix, which is equal to right hand side of that equation. Hence Cayley-Hamilton theorem is verified for the given matrix A. This is how you have to verify. Okay, very first determine the characteristic equation, then in that characteristic equation put lambda equal to A, then consider the left hand side of that equation and show that equal to right hand side, that is 0. And after verification we need to solve the remaining question, that is we need to calculate A inverse and A raised to 4. So this we have verified, this equation we have with us. Using this equation we are going to do the calculation of A inverse and A raised to 4. So if you want to calculate A inverse, then multiply this equation by A inverse. So after multiplying by A inverse, A cube will become A square will become A, and A into A inverse is identity, and identity matrix into any matrix is that matrix, that is A inverse. Now this equation can be solved for A inverse. So take all these 3 terms on the right. So this minus terms will become plus and this plus term will become minus. So we'll have this situation 8i plus 6a minus a square, and this 41 is in the coefficient of A inverse that I have taken on the right, so it will become 1 by 41. Now again after doing the addition of these 3 matrices, 8 times I plus 6 times a minus a square, all these matrices we are having already, we have calculated examples while verifying the theorem. So from there you take these matrices here, and after doing the addition you'll get this matrix: minus 6 plus 3 plus 4, 27 plus 7 minus 18, 10 minus 5, 7 into 1 by 41. This will be the A inverse of the given matrix. So this is how we determine A inverse with the help of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Now to find A raised to 4, we multiply equation 1 by A. Equation 1 means this characteristic equation. If you multiply by this A, we'll get A raised to 4 here. That is what we require. So after multiplying by A, we'll get here equation A raised to 4 minus 6A cube minus 8A square plus 41 times A. Identity matrix into A is A. So if you take all these three terms on the right, we'll get A raised to 4 value as 6A cube plus 8A square minus 41 times A. All these values again we have with us. A cube we have, A square we have, A is given matrix. When you put this value, the three matrices here, the addition of these three, addition and subtraction of these three will get as 6, 4, 1, 1, 3, 9, 3, 6, 6 like that. You will get all the 9 entries. So this is how we calculate A raised to 4. Multiply the characteristic equation by A and get the term of A raised to 4, and take the other terms on the opposite side and do the addition of matrices. You will get the A raised to 4. So this is how we verify theorem, and from that, after that we have determined A inverse and A raised to 4. The same thing you have to repeat for the second problem, which is given for practice. This is that matrix 1 2 4 2 1 2 4 2 1. So whatever calculation we have done for this matrix, same this example I have written here for practice. You can do the calculation in similar way and try to complete this particular example. Find A inverse and A raised to 4 also. Before that we verify the Cayley-Hamilton theorem. So on the verification type problem we have discussed, only this type of problem you will be asked in the verification. Now in the coming lecture we are going to do the examples on simplification of even A inverse A raised to 4, how to calculate, that we have discussed. Now only one type of problem remained: simplification of expression of the type. Whenever such type of expression will be there in the example, how to calculate their values, that we are going to see in the coming lecture. So hope you understood this discussion, hope you understood this theorem, Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation. This is very nice result. Okay, and we the remaining example, that is the example based on the simplification of complicated expression, we'll do in the coming lecture. So that's it from this lecture. Thank you.